didn't see me. But thank you, each and every one of you, for being here. I tell you, I think the first time that we got to Westminster, it was a dance. It was either Valentine's dance or something. And there are a few people who I used to work with because I was once with the Governor's Commission for Drug for Indiana in 11 counties in East Central Indiana. I met a lot of people. And it took me, not out of the country then, but I was in D.C., I was in Tennessee, I was all over the place, Georgia, you name it. And so when I see a familiar face, sometimes it's like, where did we meet? But again, it's just an honor. I give God the glory for all of this, being able to have this opportunity, because a lot of times we forget about the peace that we can have in our heart. And if you think about, everybody just do this for me if you can. Just do this, okay? And that's what you see in the middle. You see like there's this hole, right? Mm-hmm. And if we have so many people in our lives, our fingers, look at those as like connection, like thinking, here's the church, here's the steeple, open up the doors of the people. But we have these connections. And when we come together, there's maybe some things we don't agree with, but we're all still connected. And we shouldn't, this finger doesn't say, well, I don't like you because you didn't do this. And this finger says, I don't like you because you didn't do this. We're all connected by the same God. This is my faith, my higher power. And so when we're connected, and you can look at this huge hole, what is it that all of us have to offer to bring this hole to look like this? You know, where we share the love. And so this the love. That's what I want people to understand. Love yourself, regardless of what has gone on in your life. And before I actually start with my story, I wanted to say that this is a snippet of a live stream. It's only about less than 3 minutes long. And you see all these other women, there's literally 2 pages of us from 4 different countries, the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia. Those are the women who are in this non-library copy of the book. And so what I'd like to do, Gail Watson's president of and founder of Women Speakers Association. The book actually went bestseller in not 4 countries, but 5. Germany jumped in there somewhere, all because of what you're about to see right now. So if you will just engage me here for a minute, I'm going to take this sound off, and hopefully you all can hear just my part, but my 36 other author sisters from around the world. There's a longer one, and I'll show you the link if you all want to see that when it goes 48 minutes, but not today, okay? All right, let's go ahead and start. Gail is going to introduce me.
Cynth'ya, would you like to introduce you?
Hold on. Volume.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so very much, Laura, Gail. All you ladies are just amazing to me. And I say that from the humility of the deepest part of my heart, because I never thought after writing for at least 30 years that I would be a part of an international collective of this Voices of the 21st Century. And the title of my chapter is Woman Overboard, Me versus Me. The chapter begins where I talk about my conservative, faith-based upbringing and how it took me literally 70 years to figure out who I really was. Being married for 50 years, you fit into a mold according to what other people say. Being a mom, being a professional, being a businesswoman, we try to please what other people are saying that pleases them. Doesn't work, because then you're in battle with your own soul. And it's like being on the sea of just rocking and rolling, and you just have no idea where you're going to land and just dock your boat, you know. And so as we go through this journey, I want women to understand when they read my chapter, Woman Overboard, Me versus Me, that you have to come to a conclusion, to seek your own peace, to embrace your own unique gifts that are God ordained, and to always tell yourself, what is it that is critical to my own self-care as far as your inner spirit is concerned? So, Find your solace, ladies. Share with a friend this book, this edition of Voices of the 21st Century, Unstoppable Women Standing Strong to Thine Own Self, as Shakespeare says, be true. Cynth'ya Lewis Reed. I thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia, and for those beautiful reminders of standing strong and finding our peace.
Hello.
Okay. Madam